You can trust me. I'll be a good leader.
No offense, but you just got here. We'll see what you can do. Look, let's cut to the chase. You gonna do right by the pack? I hear you've been talking to the other gangs.
Be a good dog and do what you're told, or you'll be put down.
Oh there, boss. Not in front of my guys, all right? You got enough to worry about without a dominant struggle inside the pack to deal with. One last thing before I let you go. There's always work to do around here, keeping the zoo in order. If you're ever able to lend a hand, drop by. Loyalty's a two-way street.
Yes, sir. Alright. Get me in a place because I've been hearing a lot of shit about people or some bigwig websites and reviewers or whatever, that people basically recommending shit on which perks to pick on Fallout 4 survival. This is survival, so it doesn't. So if you play anything less than survival, you probably want to do another guide or look through a different guide. But this is strictly for survival. And before I even start, I am level 103, as it says on there. Never used mods. I've played survival purely without mods. Yes, it is fucking hard, super hard. So I went with power armor and rifles. The reason why I went with rifles, where is it at? Somewhere over here. I think it's this one. Rifleman, that's right. Because of the ignore 30% of target's armor. That's very, very big, especially when you're fighting robots, you're fighting enemies that's heavily armored. It helps out a lot. So rifles were very big for me. Now I've been playing survival for at least, I think, I want to say, I can't remember, 2017, 18, probably somewhere around there. When I bought it on a PlayStation 4, when I had a PlayStation 4, and I bought it with a Game of the Year edition. And so I played this game with mods on a computer. I gave away my computer. And when I got it on my PlayStation 4, I think I played very hard or something. And it was difficult, but this fast travel just kind of killed the game. I wasn't really going anywhere, and the enemies got ridiculously easy afterwards. I think I hit maybe level 25 or 30 or so, and the game stopped being challenging. And so that's when I read about survival and I switched to it, and I became addicted to it. It's pretty fucking addicting. Survival is the correct way to play Fallout 4. And if you don't want to play it on survival, that's fine too. Play it the way however you want. It's Fallout. But so Rifleman was big for me. So I recommend going rifle. Now you can play as a stealth with gunslinger if you'd like. Let me see, which kind of works. Rifleman actually works a little better if you're doing sniping from far away. Just remember, either way, you're gonna be up close with enemies regardless. So however you want to play it, there's no wrong way about it. I went high intelligence. I believe I put like 8 points in intelligence at first. Let's see, or 9, probably 9 points, probably 8 points, and I got the extra point from Sanctuary, the book that's underneath Sean's what's it called? Sean's curb. Basically gives you an extra point, so I put it in there too. That helps out a lot. and you want this if you're gonna play with power armor. So yeah, so I mean this helps out a lot. Now along the way, I went straight for strong back. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. I remember doing 6 points at first, maybe 5 to 6 points, just to get the strong back. As you can see, there's a few guides out there that recommend lead belly. Lead belly is one of the worst perks you will pick. The reason why, because this focuses strictly on eating and drinking, which just kind of just eliminates radiation. I mean, this is a terrible perk to actually pick. A lot of people would actually tell you, no, no, it's pretty good. Yeah, in the beginning it is good, but as you're progressing through the game, you're gonna sit there and think to yourself, man, this is actually kind of a bad perk. It's not a good perk because in survival you can actually get um you can become ill from eating raw food, from eating radiated food, mold food with mold on it, food like anything or anything that has radiation. Almost anything can actually make you ill if you keep eating it. So, in survival, cook. Cook a lot. Hoard and cook. Stash them in your settlement. In the beginning, because of your sanctuary and Red Rocket, stash them. Stash as much as you can and cook. Okay? It's going to help you. And so, lead belly is a no, no, no. It's a big no. And this one too. This one you don't need life giver. It's okay. It's not the best. It's actually it's not the best. This is a life giver would actually generate, I think, 4 points or 3 points per second on when you max it out. But however, I did this late in the game. I should have done this kind of like mid game. You want to get ghoulish. You want to max out ghoulish, and if you look at it, now radiation generates your health, but it doesn't mean that you're not gonna get, if you're in an area with radiation, it doesn't mean radiation is not gonna affect you. It's gonna affect you. It's just that if you're losing health, you're gonna generate the health, but you're also being affected with radiation from radiation. So it's a double edge. So this one gives you more health. This one makes your feral ghouls randomly become friendly. I didn't see so many. I usually kill them all. I don't trust them. But the one point that the one thing that strikes with maxing out ghoulish is this: rat damage will now begin to slowly heal, restoring health in the process. So when you're in an area like in I think down south. How do I get out of this? I forgot how to get out of this. Okay, and on the Commonwealth, under Commonwealth map, southwest, all the way southwest, that's like the entire area is just radiation everywhere. And so when I was down there before I actually got ghoulish, I would, with power armor on, I would slowly get some radiation, slowly. But with ghoulish, it would kind of cancel out. Now once, if I'm in an area where the res is hitting pretty high, like at 5 or 10, it's getting maxed out, then I'm gonna get radiation. Now obviously the health bar will become red, it starts to slowly become reddish. But when I move out of there, now the radiation would actually slowly regenerate. It would wipe. It would be what's it called? Yeah, regenerate slowly. and I've tested it, and this is a very, very good perk over lead belly. Lead belly is not a good perk. Okay, you can play around with it. Not on survival. It's a waste of points. Okay, waste of points. Remember. So, strong back. I did go right away for a nuclear physicist, and I also went for medic because on survival, stim packs heal for shit. You need medic. You need to max out medic as quickly as you can. And if you look on here, your second level, you can right away put a point in there instead of going on a strong back, which it requires. Let me see. No, you can actually put a point right away. Okay, okay, now I get it. Yeah, but my point is, you want stim pack, you want to max it out, because once you get it maxed out, then you can just hit like yourself with one stim pack, and it will heal pretty quickly. The same thing for Radaway. Radaway is good for a while in the beginning, and probably mid levels, until you start making refreshing beverages, which is something me and other hardcore survivalists recommend. And I'll show you. I should show you right now, actually, so I don't forget. So you can cook the. You can actually make this under a chemical lab, I believe it's called, and it's this right here. And here's the best part about this. It cures all addictions, gives you 500 points of health, which is really good. Removes 100 points of rads. This is actually good if you're worried about radiation. This is better than Radaway, because Radaway, the problem with it is it makes your body fatigue and it suppresses immunity. So, I mean, you're gonna become ill like fairly quickly. And you're gonna accumulate fatigue very, very quickly too. Okay, so be careful how you use Radaway. I would use it maybe if I use it once in a playthrough, and when I say a playthrough, that's when you sleep, when you sleep, or basically within a day. Within a day. So if you sleep for 8 hours and now you're playing for the next God knows how many hours, and then you're gonna sleep another 8 hours. That's the day. That's your playthrough. Okay, so you can do it probably like once. Don't do it like 2 or 3 times. It's not the best in survival. Survival, you got to take survival a lot more serious when you're playing it. You know, you can get L quickly. Radiation packs up very quick. Enemies can one shot you, two shot you, three shot you. Even on level 103, I almost died 3 times. Yesterday I almost died twice. And I'm wearing an X02 armor, fully decked out, and I have Ada. She's technically the best companion, in my opinion. I have, she's decked out with weapons. She's got laser, automatic laser weapons on both hands, and I think I have like I think grenade launchers on her back. I removed the nukes because she was just destroying things. she was basically nuking things away, like whatever items that were like in a confined space would fly off. That wasn't good for me, so I had to like tone her down a little bit. But she can also carry 500 plus in weight, so it helps out a lot for me. Okay, but refreshing beverage is very good. A lot of people, and there were guys telling you like, it's not good to actually have a companion. You want a companion, you truly want a companion, and as you're putting points in, obviously you want to get your let's see. It's over here somewhere. Yeah. So inspirational. You want to max this out too. So I had the high points in early game and intelligence. I had charisma probably up to local leader because you want to establish supply lines between your settlements. So as I was moving between settlements, and because you can't fast travel, basically the new settlements that I was in that would become my base of command or base of operations temporarily. My main one was always in Sanctuary. And once I unlocked the Brotherhood of Steel, and I got the Very Bird, I think it's called, I was able to fly to any place that I've already visited. So that helped me a lot. And so I still haven't picked which faction I want to go with, Minutemen, Brotherhood of Steel, or Institute. But Brotherhood of Steel actually helps out a lot with the Very Bird. Okay? And so as I was going, I was just like putting points. Like if I can't put a point in science, like you level up and you hit like this and you need level 17 here. I'm level 15. I would put a point somewhere else that would benefit me. And a hacker also benefits me because even though like Ada can hack terminals, she's so bulky that she sometimes can't get to a terminal to actually hack it. So 3 points in hacker is pretty good, but everything else that you see is how I spread out my points early on in the game. Let's see, pickpocketing. I forgot why I needed this, but it was probably for a quest, or I wanted to actually see what people were actually carrying. Locksmith is so good, and you could like I never put the last point because it doesn't make any sense. You carry bobby pins everywhere, and they require no weight, so it's not a big deal. Truly not a big deal. And so, if you are gonna adventure alone, just know that it fucking sucks out there, and you're gonna die. And when I play with Ada, where is she? I usually use her as cover. I put my power armor like in another place, so I'm not wearing it right now, since I'm just exploring Nuka World. So I'm using her as cover. So if she's firing down there, right down there, I'm using her like this, like as cover, or I'm using a different area as cover. I'm trying to hit like as many shots as possible on enemies, so that way if she kills them, I get experience. She does kill enemies sometimes too quickly, and she helps out a lot. Even though like if I were to fight Ada, I would definitely knock her out very quickly. I have some seriously strong weapons. I mean, I'm level 103. Not trying to brag, but you encounter so many legendary enemies. I mean, you'll end up with really good weapons. All right. So you don't need pickpocketing, but you gotta pick one weapon, one choice weapon. So if you're gonna go like heavy gunner, that's big guns, big nukes and all that big shit. You can get this, but it's gonna. I mean, big guns kind of like weight a lot. Rifleman's kind of in between. Guns is pretty good. Gunslinger. But I went with Rifleman. Let's see. Scrapper, that's like one of the first things I also got. It's like maybe on level 3 or level 4. In fact, I didn't scrap my weapons. I didn't scrap so many things. I kept hoarding stuff in Sanctuary, Red Rocket, and whatever other areas like right around there up in the northwest of the map. I kind of like, I was over there for at least up to level 25. I was hoarding as many things as possible, killing whatever enemies I see. I was clearing the map slowly. Survival makes you work slow. You can't go fast. If you go fast, you're gonna die and die and die and die. So it's just, this is how you play survival. There's ways to actually go pretty fast. Now, this is when you're playing without mods. If you're gonna play with mods, I'm sorry, but you're not playing the game correctly. The only mods that I would say that, as long as they don't interfere with the actual game mechanics, So, for example, there's a mod that actually simplifies your inventory. It's fine. It doesn't interfere with the game mechanics, the difficulty, fast travel, the scrap everything. That also interferes with game mechanics. This is not the way that the developers want you to play the game. So, anyways, I went with science. I was putting science and robotics, and slowly, inspirational was very big. I actually went heavy on it as quickly as I can, and the nuclear physicist was really good. I mean, at level 26, I was ready to actually wear my armor and just go out, and I did. And I was grabbing whatever fusion cores I can grab. Let me see what else I can recommend. Luck. The only thing I can see from luck is a scrounger, which you want to find as much ammunition in the containers. Because when I had no points in there, I realized in lesser difficulties, a very hard normal, I wasn't finding a lot of ammunition. And so when you put 2 points in, first and second point, I believe, you get up to 70% chance to actually find more ammunition. Now, once you put that third point in, it's 100% chance when you're going into ammunition containers. Or, oh, I'm sorry. When you're searching through containers, especially like containers that's like military style. And so I hoard a lot of ammunition. Even if I don't carry it, I don't sell them. I hoard them. I place them. I test out guns. I test out a lot of guns. So it helps. And so I was just investing points back and forth between everything that you see here, all this right here. I also went ahead and got some extra points in alcohol, which helped a lot. Like early levels, when you get in 4 extra points in endurance, 3 extra points in endurance or whatever, and more strength, you're able to carry more. That helped out a lot. One thing I would also recommend is getting at least 3 points in strong bag, so that way you're able to move while you're still when you're overweight. And so this helps out a lot. That way you're not walking slow. I put in extra points in heavy gunner because it came to a point of where I was carrying a missile launcher. What else I was carrying? Like I was carrying I can't remember what else I was carrying, but it was like just one big weapon with me. Sometimes you go to places where you just get them. They're fucking nuking the shit out of you. Like they're hitting you so hard that they're blowing your cover and your companion goes down. Just imagine you being a lone wanderer, just by yourself, with no companion, and high level areas. You bet your ass you're gonna get fucking nuked. They'll flush you out. Especially those Molotovs. I think the ones that the bottles with fire. I died so many times from those things. If I'm not in the power armor, I'll definitely die pretty quickly. Because in real life, If they throw a Molotov at you, you're gonna burn very quickly. So that's what survival is all about. You know, you're not God. So blacksmith is very good. You know, I need to mod my weapons very quickly, and the same thing for armor. Armor actually works with science, which is very good when you're modifying your power armor and upgrading it. Um, chemist is very good too. Um, it helps out a lot, and I've done 4 points in there. Um, let's see. Now these right here, like intimidation, wasteland whisperer, you know those things that you can pacify like others, like certain enemies. I haven't seen anything good about it. It's just like for gameplay, really. Uh, you know, if you have any extra points, it doesn't seem like it's useful to actually have. Same thing for solar powered. Um, if you play heavy VATS, I would recommend that too. I would recommend putting more points in perception. I don't have a lot of points in perception, but it would help out a lot. Now I don't have points in demolition expert. Every time I get a point, I'm like, I'm gonna put one in demolition expert. Like right before I get one, but right before I level up, and I level up, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put it. I just put it somewhere else. I put it in somewhere more. I would think more useful. Gun nut helps out a lot. Let's see. Yeah, don't forget medic. You gotta get medic. Intelligence. The other reason why you want to put as many points in intelligence as possible is because intelligence, you get more experience points. You want to level up as fast as you can, and this is one of the fastest ways to actually level up is to have more points in intelligence. The downside to having a lot of points in intelligence is that you don't have to have, but then you kind of kill off one of these perks over here. Yep, that's this one, area 7. Basically, any random action that you do, you're probably gonna get. You'll randomly get 3 experience points, and it goes up to 5. But your intelligence has to be low. So you know, I can't have 10 luck and 10 intelligence. Kind of. I mean, it's not gonna work as much. It's not gonna. I'm not gonna get so many experience points from that. So if you're gonna go heavy luck, just keep that in mind. If you're gonna pick the idiot savant, um, these are nice points to actually play around. They're all luck, so they're not. I mean, it's just you're just drawing your luck. You don't need this fortune finder. It's probably another pointless perk, because as soon as you get let me see. Yep. As soon as you get local leader in and you're able to build stores, now and then you have purified water coming in from your water pumps, water fountains or whatever. You can sell that purified water for a good amount of caps, not much. They sell for like 16 to 18 per bottle to the local stores that I have, and so it helps. That's how I make my caps, And I I buy a lot of junk. So whenever there's a junk, I buy a lot of it, and I sell a lot of purified water. And I'm trying to keep up as much. Like I have so much steel. I have like 10,000 steel, 10,000 this. But then I'm always hovering between 500 to 1,000 of aluminium, and I forgot what else. Like fiber optics is probably around 200. I think that's low. Copper, I boosted it to like 1,200, I think. So but I'm always like modifying things. I am, because I'm going out and I'm getting my ass kicked. I have to what's it called? Repair my power armor. And so, and I was building a lot of settlements. Now I kind of like scaled back on settlements. Now I'm kind of like emptying out settlements slowly, because in survival, you know, when you're having settlements being invaded repeatedly and you're like, oh my god, you gotta go help that settlement. It kind of got to a point where I don't want to help anybody. You know, I want to help like maybe 2 settlements that's close to each other, and that's it, which is Sanctuary and Red Rocket. And I actually emptied out Red Rocket. So I'm just focused on Sanctuary right now. Sanctuary and Slog. I gotta move people from Slog to Sanctuary. Whatever named characters that I have, I usually move them to Sanctuary automatically. Everyone else, I move them to like a specific settlement, and I just shoot them up. It's murder, obviously, but I mean, when they're there, I mean, they're gonna get attacked. So I mean, you can't fast travel. So, and I'm trying to play the game. So, all right, let's see. So, Heavy Gunner was good, and this one I was putting points in big leagues, and I kind of stopped because I needed points somewhere else. One point in Sneak did help a little bit. I was testing this, and so I left it there. Was it useless? No, not really. I usually, when I need to sneak, I would um, tell Ada or whatever companion that I have to stay put a little further away, and then I would come by and then, you know, try and see what's going on and see if I can assassinate enemies or snipe them from far away or whatever. Um, and another thing is, because you don't have fast travel, these two go hand in hand. Moving target and action girl. I don't know how, if it's a different perk name for men, for a male character, but the action girl works really, really nice because your action points don't regenerate very quickly, especially when you're power armor. I noticed that it goes, like, it regenerates very slow. Now when I put 3 points in here, it regenerates rather quickly, which is very good. And the moving target, the first 2 perks, they're okay. They help. They're okay. Not that great. Okay? I mean, you gotta be moving in order to actually get the 50 damage resistance and 50 energy resistance. Okay? But this is the main part, is sprinting. So running is when you're just like, you know, moving along, and sprinting is when you're actually moving at high speed and it's consuming action points. Here's the thing. Sprinting, this actually stacks with 5 points in strong back, which when you're overweight, running costs 50% less action points. They both actually stack with each other. This is what I read, so I'm gonna get there and it's gonna help out. And especially when you're a power armor and you're overweight, and it does help out a lot. But I also noticed, like, when I was running to like different, like from one area in the map to a different area in the map, but it was like a long distance. Like, it kind of helps out a lot. You get there very, very quickly. Now this, I put it kind of late in the game. I would have put it in instead of putting points in. I'm not sure. Maybe big leagues, I shouldn't put any points in there. Or yeah, I'm not sure. I'm putting points in the adamantium skeleton because your limbs would. I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand with strong back when you're carrying too much. And so when I get my third point, then my legs won't break, and I don't have to use a stim pack. So that goes to show. I think I went pretty well on these. I wanted to try Commando. The thing with Commando is if you look at it, all it does is staggers opponents. It helps, but you're going through bullets so fast. Bullets, they have weight in survival, and so Rifleman makes a lot more sense. There's a much powerful and stronger punch from a Rifleman with the 30%, with ignoring 30% of target's armor rather than the Commando. And so the Rifleman made a lot more sense. Um, Chemist. Yeah, I haven't decided what else I'm gonna do. Probably gonna max this out, max this one out. Um, Maybe I was thinking of going to. I'm not sure. Yeah, demolition expert. 100%. I'm gonna max this one out too because I want to create stuff. I want to create grenades. I do use grenades, but not as much. I should have invested more points in here. The thing is, sometimes you don't want to injure not just your companion, but like characters that like when you're having, for example, a Brotherhood of Steel that random NPCs come out of nowhere and they're just helping you out, and you blow them up. That's very bad. Okay, so that's it for perks. So just be aware, like, just because I didn't put points in demolition expert or sniper or even gunslinger doesn't mean they're bad. They're not bad. It's just that I went for the most effective perks that I can get that can help me. And as I went to like into level 80, that's when I started testing out like big leagues and sneak. Those are just examples, you know. But and pickpocketing, that was late in the game. Anything that like you got to think for yourself that does it make sense, because like this truly does not make sense. You're gonna get just 60 maximum health technically, and with slowly regenerate lost health. So just 60, and I'm at level 103, and here is my health. It's at 844. It helps you in the beginning, but later in the game doesn't help you. So start questioning these things. What is the maximum when you're gonna put a point? How is it gonna feed you? Aqua Girl, you don't really need this. When you're power armor, you can breathe, and there's like I think 1 or 2 different types of food that allows you to breathe underwater, and radiation can go away with ghoulish. You see, like kind of these things kind of like work together. Cannibal, you got stim pack, so why do you need a cannibal for? One of the things that I'm also gonna be working on is rooted, pain train, maybe gun the basher, not 100%, and big leagues. And one more. Somewhere over here, I can't remember what it is. Blitz. Yeah, definitely. That's right, Blitz. So yeah, I gotta get more points in Italy to get Blitz, because I will be carrying a strong melee weapon, probably a two-hander. I love two-handers, by the way. Unfortunately, they'll be heavy, but I'm carrying heavy weapons. Like I'm gonna show you in a minute. And so, these actually kind of like make sense. They all combine with each other, and I noticed like there's sometimes enemies just come up to you out of nowhere, and they start hitting you. They hit very fucking hard. So when I'm having like a shotgun with exploding bullets, you know, yeah, they're gonna take the enemy is gonna take heavy damage, but you're also, because they're so up close to you, you're also gonna suffer damage. Like my power armor broke several times. All right, let's see. Attack dog is fine if you're just gonna play with your companion's dog. And I heard that if you have your companion as dog, then you can also do lone wanderer, and that would also, it wouldn't be affected by attack dog. So you basically, your dog as a companion is not, the game doesn't see him as a full companion, if that makes sense. So your lone wanderer would kick in as well. Let's see. Rad resist. Don't need that. You don't need rad resist. And there's the refractor. You don't need that. The one with the looks like a toughness. You kind of maybe, but technically not. Don't really need it. Okay. All right. So now onto my gear. And if you look on here, this is without my power armor. Now this is outside of my power armor. I have like strength and endurance. This is like just to carry stuff to increase my health. When you go into power armor, most of these stats are gone. They're just they get kind of like removed, and whatever you had from your power armor would be in place. Okay. And so I have like charisma and intelligence, like all this stuff kind of helps you out. And if you notice on here, let's see if yeah, I can do that. So I have like if you look on the bottom right, current mods, I have ultra light build this gear. Okay, because you want to have the lightest possible. You want your gear to be very, very light, as light as possible, and it helps out a lot. It also adds AP, it just helps. This one I just have it in. I forgot which piece I actually switched it out for. I have to put something different instead of this one. The enhanced disciples metal right leg. Yeah, really don't need this. I need more charisma, I guess, or strength and endurance. I mean, strength you get to carry more, endurance you get more health. So health means you're gonna die. It's gonna take you longer to die. You keep that in mind. Stuff I carry usually always purified water, refreshing beverage, and any like you see all my foods are cooked. Anything that's not cooked, I usually put it in my. This one is not cooked. I just got it probably earlier, and so I put them in. I don't know what the hell that is. I put them in what's it called, in my settlement. The Nuka Colas, I put them in my settlement too. So I cook my stuff. This I don't usually carry. I put in my settlement. Jet fuel too, but the not Yeah, there's one more. I think Psycho something. Psycho buff. Where is it? Yeah, this one. The Psycho Jet. This is actually really, really good. Slows time for 45 seconds. So this is overall really good. This one as well. This is why I boosted my the perk chemist. I believe it's called. It helps out a lot. You know, lets it last longer. Um, Dirty Wastelander, I think it's called. Try. I have some. Yeah. So this is really good early on in the game if you can make it. You get more. It's technically 3 strength and 1 charisma, I believe, and you lose 2 points of intelligence. But it helps out a lot because you can carry more. So this helps out a lot. Dirty water, I usually just cook it with something. A grilled red stag. This is I mean I always carried at least 2 to 3 with me. Stim packs, I used to carry like 30 and early on in the game. And I dropped to like 15, and now no. It was like around 15 early on in the game because it wasn't as many. And then I went up to like 30 mid game, so I was like level 40 to like 70. And then as soon as I started getting to level 80s, that's when I started to like carry less than 20. And now I'm carrying like maybe 15 on average, give or take. So I don't need as many. You know, it heals for a lot, which is very good. And I have a lot of health and really strong armor, heavy resistance. And so I used to carry 3 weapons. This one I gotta put away, but I'm just carrying it around, the Thirst Zephyr. And so this one I'm playing with, probably gonna change this, the Tesla cannon to something else, a heavy weapon. I'm not 100% sure. Now I'm happy that I got the powerful Chinese grenade launcher. So this helps. This is a heavy weapon. I need 1 more point in order for me to maximize this weapon's damage. This, I mean, saved my ass several times already. Several times. So I had another weapon, a shotgun. I replaced it. I just got this one just like a while ago. But my main one was when you aim down sight, it slows down time, and there is no internal cooldown for that, which helped out a lot. And when you slow down time, you're able to squeeze out a lot more. Um, you're able to squeeze out a lot more. Um, you're able to fight a lot more when time is slowed down. So and you can maneuver faster too. And so this that old weapon got replaced with this one. Bullets explode on impact. So this is like, you know, they can't be right in front of your face when you're shooting this. When they are, I try and make distance. You know, you gotta treat it like you're carrying a grenade launcher, for example, or you know, a fat man or whatever. You're not gonna be right up the enemy's ass and just shoot him. You're gonna take significant damage, possibly die. So, and this weapon's very, very good. You want a medium range to long range weapon. So I mean, because I use VATS a lot with the overcharged plasma rifle, and if you notice, that's a rifle, and this is a rifle. Both of these are they're both rifles. Okay, this is not a heavy weapon; it's a shotgun, so it's a rifle. And they fire single shots, so they're not automatic. So the damage on them is pretty strong, heavy. These are heavy weapons, this one and a Tesla. I believe a Tesla is a heavy weapon. I think so, I'm not 100% sure. I think it is. It's a big weapon. I mean, look at it. Yep. And so now I'm carrying 4 weapons. I'm gonna keep those 2 and this one too, and replace the Tesla with a melee weapon, a heavy 2-handed melee weapon. So that way if they're up close to me, I can quickly switch to that weapon and I hit them pretty hard with it. I mean, they will take significant damage with it. Instead of, switching to like a plasma rifle. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is a very strong weapon. It does hit hard, up close or further out. But when they're up close, I'd rather switch to a melee weapon and hit them pretty hard, because with the perks on here, like the big leagues and the rooted, like look at this, yeah, you get damage resistance. I mean, you can disarm enemies with melee weapons, so this will help you. This will definitely help you. Unless you'd have to have a gun to bash them with the gun. So no, I'd rather have the melee weapon. I dumped junk on Ada. I think that's basically it. I mean, Horde, whatever you see, whatever items you see, pick it up. You're gonna need it. Anything that you see, and pick it up. Yeah, pick it up. And in order to save, you can use a mattress or you can exit the game. Several of the guys that I saw online, today and yesterday, they were saying the only way to save is to use a sleeping bag or a bed or whatever. Which is, it's accurate, it's true, but you can also, when you quit, save and quit to main menu, do you see that save? So you would save the game too. So make sure that when you're doing this, you're doing it in a safe spot. And if you don't, that's fine. You can load the previous game when you go under load. Like it'll show you like different saves from before, but you don't get so many saves as you can see. So pick up whatever items that you see. Make sure that and be careful if you're gonna pick up something that's you steal. It's it's I don't know. I personally don't want to piss a lot of my the characters that I have. I don't want to piss them off. That's why I pick Ada. Look at it, she's so bulky, fucking decked out. And I have this weapon. I forgot, it's a laser machine gun thing. I'm not sure. I have one, but it's I'm not sure. I'll probably use it maybe a next run. But anyways, this is it for now. Alright, thanks for listening.